Hello, my name is Daisy.
Hey, my name's Alyssa.
And this is
Terrifying Talks.
Midnight creeps and shadows fall, whispered secrets through the walls. Ghostly figures start to sway. Tune in now, don't be afraid. Terrifying talks tonight. Chill your bones till morning light. Spooky tales to make you jump. Heart beats fast with every thump.
Hello, welcome back.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Been a rough week.
I understand that. I understand that.
Yeah.
All right, what do you want to start with?
Well, for those of you that don't know, we picked 4 movies to talk about this week.
I can name them off. Ready?
Yep.
We have Friend Request. It came out in 2017. Unfriended came out in 2014. We did Host, came out in 2020, and the last one we're going to talk about is Cam, came out in 2018.
Yes, and this theme was, we decided to call it Streaming Nightmares.
Yep, talking about anything, mainly, a lot of them are just like internet stuff, Zoom, all that fun stuff.
Zoom, Skype.
Yeah.
Facebook. I think Friend Request was a lot of Facebook. Which was interesting.
Which one do you want to start with? Do you want to start with that one?
Do you want to start with best or worst?
Well, we have different.
We do.
Best and worst.
Well, technically, I think our worst
is the same.
Our worst is the same, but my worst is my worst for a different reason. But our cumulative worst is the same.
We could go off and just go in with one and go from there if you want.
We could go from release date.
We can. Okay, so the first one would be, we'll do the first one came out. Or like
the oldest to newest.
Yeah, we could do that. I believe Unfriended was...
Oh, great.
Was it?
Maybe. Okay.
Unfriended.
We'll let you go first.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I saw a lot of references to the main character. Blair is the main character, who was played by a Shelley Henning, I believe it is. And the tabs that she had and the computer was Teen Wolf, and she's in Teen Wolf, so I thought that was super funny. Okay. So my favorite kill of the whole movie was Jess. I think we agree on this.
Yeah, with the
don't do that motion. No one can see you. But she dies from a heating curling iron in her mouth, down her throat, which is
it was pretty brutal.
Yeah, I think out of all of them, I think that was the craziest one.
I think hers the hand bender.
Well, he didn't just put his hand in it, he put his whole neck and stuff in it. So that one was pretty brutal too. But for me, the whole story that I gathered was basically, there was this girl, her name was Laura Barnes. She was recorded, I believe, from being drunk, and she
drunk, passed out.
She shit her pants.
Yeah. Just embarrassing type of stuff that you wouldn't want recorded.
Yeah, and it was recorded, it was posted. She was getting bullied, face to face and online. And she ended up, trigger warning, but she ended up killing herself. And then I believe from there she just becomes a spirit trying to seek revenge, I guess. Or
I'm pretty sure
I feel
she was
for her for more of her own peace. I think the way she did it was a more revenge way, but She seeks her revenge on the people who, you know, did that to her, or, you know, her friends.
Yeah, because I think she was a part of the friend group.
Yeah. And, you know, it went from there, I guess. The best character, I believe, was Blair.
No, I hate that we're completely opposite.
I only liked Blair solely for the fact that she was the main character. I didn't like anybody else. I think she, you know, was a terrible person for what she did and everything. But out of all of them, it would be honestly between Blair and her boyfriend Mitchie.
You know
I
what?
like Mitchie.
He's up there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up there too. I loved the banter that, would you say her name was Jess?
Jess, yeah.
Yeah, I loved the banter she brought into it when she was screaming at them.
Okay, I see that, but I so then my worst character was Jess.
Yeah.
I thought Jess was super annoying. I think she was just one of those, I don't know. I think her persona, like the character she played, was really annoying. She seemed very not stuck up, sorry.
Yeah.
But I don't know, she just seemed like shitty about everything. She's like one of those very negative
I feel like
friends.
that was kind of everyone in the friend group though. Like they all were kind of shitty people.
Okay, all of them, yeah, were very shitty people, and I think I don't know, Adam was pretty shitty too. I mean, to sleep with your best friend's girlfriend.
Exactly.
Kind of crazy. I think all of them suck, but if I were to really pick between a best and the worst, best would be between Blair and Mitchie, and then the worst would be between, honestly, all of them.
Exactly.
But Jess and Adam the most, I guess. But they all said really shitty things. They did all shitty things. I mean, to be fair, in high school, I've known people to be like really, like do really crazy, shitty things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't put it past me that, you know, that's happened. And obviously not the whole spirit coming alive and, you know, killing people, but like in the sense of like cyberbullying and stuff like that, especially like in high school and stuff. So I wouldn't put it past me. It was a slow burning type of movie, and then it just kind of
all happened at once.
Yeah. I like how they had different interactions individually, like when they were playing the Never Have I Ever, and she was sending them private messages.
You know, one thing I noticed that a lot of people talked about was, I'm pretty sure it was in this one, where they went on to Omegle and was like, please help.
Yeah, that was
But
this
it's
one.
like, realistically, that wouldn't really help because they're not going to know where you are. They're not going to know, like, they could call their local, like, cops or whatever, but they're not really going to be able to do much.
I don't know how that would work because she did when she did go on the website and reached out to someone who finally like listened to her and called the police and stuff like that. I don't know how they got there, if they even went, but
like in a realistic standpoint, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, I don't think so. I also thought for it being a movie that's on Zoom, it's really hard to gather like to be invested. That I think typically when you're watching a movie, especially when they're on screen type of things, I feel like you get disconnected to it. So I think watching this movie and their facial expressions and their body language really help pull together the movie, because, you know, really without it, you know, you're just staring at people through a screen.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, I just didn't like this movie. But that's for my own personal reasons. I don't even know if I should go over it on the podcast.
We could definitely discuss it together.
Okay.
Off the podcast, if
Okay.
that makes you more comfortable.
I don't know, because it's like, obviously I wouldn't name drop, but I watched the movie when it first came out in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
So I went with my ex, and when they revealed how the girl was cheating on her boyfriend, he decided that because movie girl was cheating on her boyfriend, he was going to blame me and say I was cheating on him. And I'm like, how does that make sense? Because someone in a movie is cheating on their significant other. That means I am. So that caused a fight. And so ever since then, I've hated the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy work. Anyways, I thought the ending was really good. I like how they pulled it all together.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed her being like, I know you wouldn't, hurt me. Like, you didn't mean to hurt me, but, it doesn't really show, like, Blair, the main character, gets killed off.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it definitely implies it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it implies that she does. I liked that the twist of it all was that Blair was the one that recorded the video.
Yeah, which is crazy because, I feel like obviously because they in the movie, it talks about how they've been best friends for so long,
Mm-hmm.
like since kids, and you would typically think, I have a lot of stupid videos of my best friend and stuff like that, but I do know that it was her boyfriend who posted the video. So, I feel like I wouldn't personally post those stupid videos of my friends, so I don't think she did it intentionally to have it out there. But, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I think in situations like that, I don't think I would record someone because that's kind of...
Oh, I get what let me take that back. She did shit her pants. She did shit her pants, and she was stupid drunk.
Yeah,
and
like
I get that. I
if
would
it's
be
like people
in more
goofing off, yeah, I'll
everybody.
record it,
but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like
that over my head. I'll tell you, but I understand that point of view.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Like I get having goofy pictures, videos of your friends, but I feel like that is crossing a line.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that's funny. Is there anything really else about that movie?
I don't know. What about you? Tell me your worst, your best characters.
Well,
favorite kill. Well,
worst was the main girl for the fact that
Blair. Yeah.
For the fact that she caused.
Yeah, the whole thing.
She caused an argument in my real life, but I loved Jess.
Okay.
I don't know why. I think because I'm pretty sure I've seen her in movies before. So like seeing her, I felt like I was like, okay, I like you.
I guess I get that because of Blair and Teen Wolf. I watched Teen Wolf, so I guess I get that just a bit.
Favorite kill, touched on it, was between the curling iron
and
with
the blender.
Jess, yeah, and then the blender with I don't remember his name.
I don't remember his name either, to be honest. I remember Jess,
I feel
Adam,
like
Mitchie.
Out of all of them, he wasn't like the problematic one.
Well, kind of he was. He said some really like.
But I mean, like
things.
out of all of them,
yeah, that's
he
true.
wasn't
he
like
wasn't as. I don't know. He did say some shit about Val a lot. He'd be like, "You fucking bitch," and we're like, "Oh, what?" But I don't know. What would you rate the movie?
I gave that a 2-star.
You really?
Okay, look. Okay, if it was
is it because of your experience?
Yes. If it, my rating, if it wasn't for the fact that I just hate the movie, it would be like a 3 to a 3.5 star. But I hate the movie, so it's like a 2-star.
I rated it a. I kind of want to like I said, now viewing the movie in a different perspective where everybody's just obviously shit people, I rate it definitely a 5 out of 10. So take that, multiply it into, or convert it into 5.5 out of 5 stars.
2.5.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I feel that. But,
okay, so next one was, let's see, would be Friend Request.
I had a love-hate relationship with Friend Request.
I hated this movie.
I liked the idea of it, but, like, I don't know. I felt like I needed more backstory.
I don't know. I have my notes with me on the movie, and I wrote more on this movie than I did on any other movie. I wrote a lot. I think it was a stupid fucking movie. I think they used I think the plot of it was really good. Well, okay. I think they just took the good potential and just threw it away. And I hated the movie. I hate the fact that, they took the main character. Okay, and for the first, couple of minutes in the movie, she is viewed as a good person who does all these really nice charity things and is kind and, that type of stuff. And everybody, sees that and knows it. And she's very popular on Facebook and everything. And I hate that they took her, made her look like shit, made her life miserable, all because of someone had a weird fucking obsession with her.
Well, but the thing is, it was a pattern. Because...
Not really.
Yeah, in the beginning, wasn't there another girl that had died? And I'm pretty sure that girl was latched to the girl that came into...
No, because in the movie, she talks about how she was a little girl and she was always fucking weird and staring at the screen. And, turns out she was doing some witchy shit.
Well, yeah, that too. I could have sworn in the beginning, though, there was... See, that's where I need more backstory. Because what started that chain? Because obviously it was a chain in the ending.
I think
she got
started
looped into it.
I think
Did
she started a chain.
I don't like that.
But Marina, I believe her name was.
Marina was the girl that was the weirdo.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, so it went all the way back to when she was a kid, and her... there was a fire and all this other shit, and I don't know. I didn't like the movie. I thought Marina was fucking psycho, truthfully. And I think I literally wrote so much fucking shit. That they made the good girl, what was it, Laura?
Yes.
Laura, to be made out to be the villain because someone got overly obsessive with Laura's life, and she took it away all because she went overboard, and
she became obsessive, and then Laura couldn't handle it, which is valid.
Very valid. I thought, in my head, I'm like, if someone, Marina talked about how she had this present for her birthday,
and then she was working on it for weeks,
and they didn't even know each other for 2 weeks, and she was like, what the fuck? And I think it's crazy because it's if someone did that to me, I'd be like, you need to get away from me. That's I understand having, being lonely, not having friends, but being that literal fucking crazy and then getting revenge on someone just because they didn't, you went overboard on, inviting yourself to her birthday and all this other fucking weird shit, texting her every single day.
Multiple times.
Oh my God, yeah, it was
within minutes, just boom, 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 boom.
I didn't like it. Did you like the movie?
I liked it, but I didn't like it because, I thought... Because, see, I get where Laura was coming from trying to be nice.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I think it was in our first episode, I've dealt with people where I wanted to still be nice because I knew that they didn't really have a lot of people.
Which is very understandable, and that's, I'm like that too.
Yeah.
But I think there's a line that you cross. There's those boundaries, and I think when you cross those boundaries, especially being new to a person, and then they find out you're basically stalking their whole life, and you like she even made like an edit of them two together and posted it on Facebook.
Yeah.
I was like, bitch, what the? I was like, what in the
You know
world?
the crazy part? When Laura became into the cycle, that was her profile picture.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I noticed. I was like, oh, that's your profile picture.
That is crazy because even when she added Laura on Facebook, she was like, hey, I want to be your friend, blah, 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 hope we could be friends. And Laura was looking at her profile, and while everybody was like, oh, that's creepy, she was like, she's really talented. And I'm like, you had so much potential to really be friends, but you got obsessive and fucking weird, and you got revenge for what? For what?
Exactly.
That was, I don't know. I hated the movie. I thought it was shit. But overall, let's see.
Wait, who is your favorite character?
Tyler, her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Laura's boyfriend. Yeah. I loved him.
I hated him at first, but then towards the end I was like, yeah, no, you're the favorite character.
Well, because he was like super supportive. Like, while everybody, what was his name? What's his name? The cyber guy. Toby. Okay. No, Kobe. It was Kobe. And I thought he, like, when he wanted to kill Laura and it was like, end the cycle.
See, in the beginning, because I forgot how the movie went because I had to rewatch it yesterday. And I was rooting for him the whole time. And then it got to that point, I was like, oh, yeah.
Ruined it. Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah.
That's the same for me. I almost put him down as my favorite. But I think overall, I liked Tyler more. I loved how supportive he was. And he was like, we're not going to kill her. Like, we're going to go through this. Yep. And we're going to fucking win. And yeah, I don't know. Who was yours?
It was Tyler.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, yeah.
What was the worst character?
You know what? I want to change mine. I think my worst character is Marina.
I picked Marina.
Originally, I put Laura because, like, how obsessive she was with, like, trying to get back, which was valid, trying to get back into her account. But the way she was obsessing over it, I was kind of getting over it. But looking back on everything now, I think Marina was the worst character.
I also feel like Laura's reactions were super fucking valid.
Yeah.
I think, if someone was posting stuff on your account,
I would have reacted the same way. Yeah. I would have reacted the same way.
And cops were involved, so obviously they're like, hey, you can't come back to school. You're basically suspended until either your account's gone or these videos are gone. And I'm just like, I would be that upset too.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite kill?
I forget her name, but the friend that ended up, technically there was two. Okay, the blonde friend that ended up going to the hospital.
Okay.
How she, got the cop when her eyes opened and they were like kind of that bluish color.
Yeah, I think that was the whole possessed thing.
Yeah, and she started ripping everything out and then like scared the cop in a way to get his gun and then just like
shot. Trigger warning,
yeah.
Trigger warning, sorry guys.
Yeah. Trigger warning, shot herself in the head. I think I liked that one the most.
Really?
Yeah.
Poor baby boy Tyler, I liked his kill. It was very unexpected. It was the one where I feel like out of all of them, you knew they were going to die.
Yeah. But
Tyler, I did not expect, and I thought that was my favorite. But what would you What do you think? Like, rating.
I gave it a 3.
You gave it a 3.
Yeah.
I also gave it a 3. If I give it a negative, I would give it a negative.
I mean, technically you can.
I mean, technically I can, yeah. I would put this at the lowest rating. It wasn't my favorite. I think they definitely wasted a lot of potential with the movie.
Yeah, they did.
But yeah, not my favorite. Not my favorite movie. Definitely a not rewatch for me.
That's why I was so mad. I was like, man, I have to rewatch this one because I don't remember a whole lot. And then as I was rewatching it, I was like, I remember this now.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite. The next one would be Cam.
I
2018.
loved Cam.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I have yes and no's about it. I'm, teeter-tottering on the movie. Yeah. You go first. What did you like? What do you think?
I have questions about it, but like the whole cloning, because Cam is about a sex worker on a cam site.
She's a cam girl.
Yes. And she is doing her skits for tips and everything, and her account gets cloned, and they'll go live and it looks exactly like her, but it's not any footage that she's done before.
Yeah.
And when she calls tech support, they can't help her.
I looked at this very differently.
Yeah.
Because I thought it definitely needed like an origin story type of thing.
Right, like I wanted to know more about the cloning.
Well, not just that. I noticed. Well, in the movie, it talks about how other girls also had the same thing happen to them, but they were dead.
Exactly. So it's like, was the point for her to die so that they could continue to clone?
I don't know. See, okay, so when I watched the movie, and I realized that it wasn't until she got on the, what is it called, Vibratron or something?
Oh my god, yeah.
So there was like this big ass vibrator or whatever, and she had it was like one that looked like you're on a bull ride or whatever, but it vibrated. But I saw it as, this is what I wrote down in my notes, orgasm from hell. I thought that was probably what triggered the whole thing, because that's where it all kind of started, was being at the house.
Right. That's why, she thought someone from the house took her information. But I need to know more about that. Because it's what causes the cloning? Who's doing the cloning? Because obviously it has a source.
Yeah.
I need to know more about that. I need to know more about how Tinker said that he can tell what girls are going to get cloned.
Yeah, how do you... First of all, you watch too much cam girls to know a whole pattern on these cam girls.
Exactly.
I thought it was a decent movie. Where I teeter-totter on is I didn't like the fact that, when she went to her brother's birthday party and it was that cliche, oh, she's a whore because she does sex work, and it wasn't, I don't personally like that.
I think it was just supposed to make her feel more isolated.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think maybe that's why, the isolation part of it? Because...
I think the whole point was for her to get more isolated, go a little bit more crazy. This is my theory. Because, what was her name? Hannah? The baby girl?
Yeah.
Or whatever? She was in an accident. So my theory, because they didn't dive into it, was that she went, she was also going crazy and maybe, got into an accident trying to figure out the same thing.
Yeah. I feel like if that were happening to me, I think that'd be a little scary. Imagine, first of all, you're not even making money off of it. So I think that's the scarier part.
Exactly, because, do you mean, since it got cloned, she wasn't making the money?
No, she wasn't making the money. It wasn't going into her account.
Right. Okay.
But I thought it was a pretty good movie. I loved how, she really fought for herself. I also enjoyed the part where she realized, after everything was done, that she completely did a whole new identity online. I think that was also super good because you have weirdos like Tinker. Tinker was like,
I hated Tinker.
Weirdo. He was such a weirdo.
He was.
He's my worst character, by the way. Worst character.
I had two. Him
and the guy from the restaurant.
Barney.
Oh my! Yeah. I hated him too. What was it? Barnacle Boy.
Barnacle Boy. Yeah. And his name was Barney because I think he was the one that
he was a high tipper.
He owned the hardware store that he went to. That was near Baby Girl.
Yeah.
Because that's how she found out her location.
I don't really have a lot more to say. I think altogether, I'd rewatch it, but I
would love to rewatch it again.
I thought it was really good. I enjoy it for a lot of reasons. So I'm gonna say a 10 out of 10 for the graphics. If you know, watch the movie, you'll get it. But overall, like, truthfully with the movie, a 7 out of 10 I rated it.
I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Oh, okay, girl. Yeah.
I think I need either a prequel of the movie or a sequel.
I would like that.
If it's a sequel, I want her to dive in more to find out
like,
the actual source of it.
Like if it was like one of those things where, because she did change her identity and went back on the website. What if she was trying to look for the source? That would be really good.
Exactly.
I'd so be down for that.
The only thing, because you had to scan your ID, so she obviously had to get a fake ID.
Well, no, I think what I took it as is she used her real ID, but online she has a different persona. Well, so that way no one would take her identity.
When she took the picture at the end, she had the name Eve and everything on it, and it was completely different.
Maybe I'll have to rewatch that part again, because I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I took it as
she was wearing the wig and everything, and she took a picture of it, and it had Eve, whatever she put for her last name.
Yeah.
And she made her account as that.
I'm going to have to relook at that, because I took it as she used her real identity, but is using a different persona. That's so weird. I feel like that would make more sense to use a different persona, online, but use your actual account, so that way no one could physically clone you.
I think she probably couldn't use her actual ID again, since she had to delete her account maybe. But I don't know how she would get past with having a fake ID. That's the only part that kind of loopholed for me.
Either way, I would like a sequel.
Yes.
I would love to see it. We didn't really talk about it. What was your best character? Thought it was the main character.
I put the mom. Because even though she, didn't seem supportive at the party,
she was supportive afterwards.
Yes, because I think she just didn't want to make it a big scene at the party.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, she was like, I watched your stuff, and I'm over here like, ooh.
I don't think I'd ever... That's crazy. I don't think I would never want my mom to watch anything that I do. Because, in the movie, I would like to say it's very super rated R. There's boobs everywhere. There's naked girls everywhere in general, and I don't think she's naked half the time, so I don't think I would want my mom seeing me, spank my butt or
for tips.
Yeah, or jump up and down with my shirt off. I don't think I'd want my mom to see any of that if that's the way I ever made money.
Yeah, no. No. But I mean, at least she was supportive.
Yeah, that's true. But, alright, our last movie. I think we saved the best for last. I liked Host.
Yeah?
Host came out in 2020.
I think it's crazy because I didn't realize it was that recent. I mean, I guess it's not technically
5 years.
Out of all of them.
Yeah,
out
that's
of all
true.
of them, it was recent.
What did you think? How? Because I loved it.
I loved the idea of like having a virtual seance.
I thought that was really cool. Well, because they have the whole thing, it's COVID era, and everybody's Skyping because what else is there to do when there's a pandemic going around?
I loved that they brought that aspect into the movie.
Yep. I showed this movie to my nephews, and it was so wonderful. They it's a very slow burning movie as well, and then it happens boom 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 super fast. And I remember they were staying the night, and I was like, let's watch a scary movie, and they wanted to pick something basic like Friend Request and Unfriended. I was like, no, we gotta watch a real scary movie. And I knew, like, I've watched the movie before, so I knew the jump scares and all of that fun stuff. So I was like, this is gonna be perfect. And so it's me, like, it's my husband next to me, and then my 2 nephews, okay? And it was so great because they're like, this movie is stupid, this is so boring, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you got to watch it because there's a bunch of references that it's going to pop up for later. I'm like, you got to pay attention. They're, on their phones and everything. And then, it starts getting interesting. And next thing I know, they're all screaming, and they're scared, and they're like gripping on my shoulders. They're covering their eyes, like legit screaming. And I thought it was the greatest. I love this movie. It brings me so much joy to know that I was able to scare my nephews with this movie. Not just my nephews, but I had my husband covering his eyes. He's like, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. And they couldn't sleep afterwards. They all slept together upstairs, and it's such a good movie. I loved it. It's deep rooted in my heart.
That's so funny.
It was so great. They literally almost shit themselves. I had one of my nephews literally out of his chair screaming, jumped out of his chair.
I love that.
The jump scares were so good. I thought it was perfect movie for them to watch. I love this movie.
Well, it's like, because this was back when we were sending each other the recommendations. Right before you had recommended it to me, my tattoo artist had recommended it to me.
It's a good movie.
So that's when, as soon as you were like, you need to watch this one, I was like, okay, 2 people have recommended this to me, so turning it on.
What was your first reaction to the movie? Did you like it?
Yes. For the fact that, like, it was, because going into it, I was a little nervous for the fact that it was set up a lot like Unfriended.
Yeah.
But the seance aspect to it, a couple of the characters, I was like, okay, you're kind of being annoying.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah. But besides that, like, figuring out what was actually real, what wasn't, that was very fun to figure out.
I loved it. I feel like, okay, so I'm gonna say this. My worst character was, what was her name? Gemma. Her name was Gemma.
The one that made up the story?
Yeah. She said it in the beginning. This is what I hated the most. None of this would have happened. Haley, the main character, was like, do not joke around. This is serious shit. And the first thing Gemma did was joke around about this shit. And
make up a fake story.
And you know what? Now we got a demon walking around, jumping through our computers or something. But I thought, I hate her. She was annoying. I didn't like her.
See, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like, she wasn't my favorite character, but I kind of liked her.
No, I hated her.
Especially the fact that she jumped through the window.
Okay. I just want to say this, okay? I did not like that she was one of the final girls. I did not like it.
Okay, but did they survive or did they both die?
No, I'm pretty sure it like indicated that they both died.
Okay.
Because
just making
there
sure.
Was that last jump scare.
That's what I got from it.
But
it was just so funny to me that I need to get over there and just bust through everything.
I don't know. I thought my best character was the psychic. I love
Yes.
the psychic.
I put her as mine too.
I also liked Haley. I thought she was very unique in a way. You know, she, out of everybody, decided to do a seance.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
Well, didn't she say that she's
done it before.
Because did you notice how it seemed like something was already in her house? I'm pretty sure whatever seance she did before, she probably called something in and wanted the medium to help figure that out.
And then Gemma made it worse.
Yep.
I could sense that. I could
because like there was
roll with it.
There was a little bit of things, like I think it was like a chair moving or a door creaking.
Oh, before they started?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. I do remember that.
Yep.
I do remember that.
I was like, And then when she had said, oh, I've been doing them for a couple weeks now, I was like, you already let something in.
Yeah, I could see that. Most definitely.
Yeah.
I loved every single one of the kills. I thought this demon really was like, had his hands full and was like, I'm gonna fuck with you guys so hard. And I loved it. I really loved the, what is it? The filter one? Where he's in the filter. Well, obviously, but it shows up that someone has a filter on, and it's supposed to be like the ghost or whatever.
Yeah,
that one was so good. I remember when I showed this to my nephew, and they showed that scene. They were like, oh my god, don't turn around, and the face moved, and they screamed their heads off. It was so good. I loved that one. I loved the footprints part. I loved when she threw the blanket and it was over him. Oh my god, it was just so good. I loved it. I loved the movie.
You know what I loved? When how that girl and I forget her name, but her and her boyfriend had just recently moved in, and like right away he just disappears. I
thought
right
that was
away.
really.
I was like,
ooh, that demon got that sucker.
What I don't get, cause wasn't he just like on the ceiling? Cause didn't he just fall down?
Yeah.
So it's like, how did you not notice?
I don't know. Crazy when a demon's evolved. Who knows? Maybe we gotta watch it back. Maybe he's like.
You just see his arm dangling down. I'm just like, I'm right here.
But I thought the movie was super good. My favorite, I love I know we talk about this all the time. I'm a reference girl. I love the like foreshadowing that they did with the music box, with Teddy, and the camera. I don't know. I really enjoyed this movie. I think the kills were great. My favorite kill was Teddy.
You know, I feel like he could have survived if he didn't jump back in the call.
You think?
Yeah.
I think it was
because he had jumped out, but then like completely disconnected the call and everything. And he was fine until he jumped back in.
I don't know, because I think if that was the case, it was more of like a jumping in thing. Or like being a part of the call. I think the psychic would have. I personally wonder what happened to the psychic, because she never calls back, and she was having stuff weirdly happen to her after the call too. So I don't know what went on with that, but
I don't remember. Was Teddy still in the call when Gemma was doing that fake story?
I don't think so. It was like when they first started, because the girlfriend blew out
the. I also was wondering if that started
that's
either
what I was
that
thinking too.
Or Gemma's story started it.
Yeah, because I think all of it kind of aligns with each other. Like now thinking about how Haley has done the seances before, and then they do one together, and then. You know what they say when they talk about Ouija boards and stuff like that, or any kind of seance in that way, where you're contacting someone from the other side, is that you never break the circle. And where if you do break the circle, something bad's obviously going to happen. So I think one of, like, it all lined up together where, Haley's done it. There's maybe something going on already with her. And then
Teddy broke the circle when his fiance, I think
it was girlfriend. I think it was a girlfriend. blew out the candle.
Yep, blew out
And
the candle and they disconnected, and then Gemma making up the fake story.
I think that was the blowing out the candle. Maybe it would have been like an open door, but I think the story is where like
the story is what made the fake demon.
Yeah,
or I guess real demon, but
where it was
manifested it.
Yeah, for sure. That was like completely open door, and knock knock, I'm here, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but love this movie. 10 out of 10 for me. This was I rewatched this movie like a lot too much, to be honest. I was really excited to talk about this movie. It's one of my favorite movies.
I feel that.
I don't know, you got anything else to say about the movie? I enjoyed it a lot. I think the jump scares, like I said, was super good. It's something I recommend to a lot of people, especially if they like paranormal things.
Yes.
I like traumatizing my nephews, obviously, with this movie, so it's very deep chord in my heart. I don't think my husband he's not a very scary movie person, so I definitely believe that he, like, was not happy to have nightmares probably about it, but...
That was hilarious.
Oh! I did want to talk about this, though. In the movie, they had, like, little things.
Mm-hmm.
When, like, the little things started happening.
Mm-hmm.
The attic and the feet.
Yes.
Ah! So freaking good. That scared the shit out of me. I was like, turn around!
When they, like, panned over and you just see it, and when they go back, it was gone. I was like...
I know!
I was like, oh, no. I didn't want to see that.
You finna die. Did we talk about our favorite kill? I talked about Teddy.
Yes.
What about you?
I think between Teddy and then the boyfriend that fell from the ceiling, just because it was kind of
unexpected.
Yes, it was unexpected.
I get that a lot. I love it.
Because it's like I felt like something had happened to him for the fact that he wasn't replying to her,
mm-hmm.
but was not expecting him to fall from the ceiling.
I get that. That was I did like that. You know what? I think I liked Teddy more. Listen, for the fact that, you know, he pops up and he's like playing with the clown and they're all scared shitless.
Yeah, and he's like, Joker.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hated him in that moment.
Really?
I hated him.
I thought that was so funny. I was like, man, this guy does not know anything.
I was over like, bro, read the room.
I thought it was really good because it's like he did not know what he was like coming through, and he's like, oh my god, you guys' faces, and you know what I mean? And you know, his lights go off. This is where the time where we physically like see the demon, which was terrifying. I remember everybody's reactions when I showed my nephews. It was just really cool. It would not just once, but he showed up twice.
Mm-hmm.
Just in that span of, I think, a minute when he like died, like a minute or two. And the killing the girlfriend was cherry on top for me. His screams, the box, the music box.
Mm-hmm.
So the character talked about this music box that terrified him, that was his grandma's, and his brother would like scare him with it and everything. And the demon put out the music box, was playing the music, and as soon as I started hearing the music on there, I was like, yeah, that dude is dead.
No, you better run.
Very dead.
No, you want to know the funniest part for me? When Gemma started booking it to Amy's house.
So they've lived close to each other.
Yes. And she busted through the window. And as she's looking around, the wine bottle just
hits her on the head. That was really funny. That was a good one.
That was my favorite part. Just the way she clunk fall. I was like, I laughed at that part.
That one was really funny. I think the ending was really good too. The suspense of it all was kind of crazy.
I for sure, for a second, thought that they were actually going to, like, make it.
You know, I didn't think so. Because, you know, they all when they try to close the whole seance and stuff, as soon as I saw that, I knew immediately they were all just gonna die. I was like, yeah, you fucking thought, bitch. No.
I just keep picturing Gemma just like running through the street.
With their mask on too, which was funny. But closing off on this movie, what my initial thought at the end of the movie was when they find these people that are dead, she took Polaroids of the demon. Like, you could see him in the Polaroids. So, like, how, like, imagine being a cop, you're on the scene, there's these Polaroids of this ugly ass demon.
What do you think it would have, like, altered the image afterwards?
I don't know, because I don't feel like it was that type of movie where, because, like, Friend Request was kind of like that, where one thing seemed like another, but it was altered online. I don't think it was anything like that. I think it was just, like, straight on demon, I'm gonna kill you, and that was that.
I'm gonna do my business and get out.
Exactly. You open the door, I'm finna close it.
Don't let it hit you on the way.
It did hit them on the way. Very hard. All of them.
Right in the head.
All of them in the head, I feel like.
Squish.
The one where she's climbing out the window cracks me up. Anyways. But that was my initial thought at the end of the movie. Is what happens afterwards and you see these people, like, literally dead. And you have these crazy fucking pictures of a demon.
I think about that with a lot of movies, though. Like, the aftermath.
Yeah.
Like, well, what happens?
I get that. But 10 out of 10 for me. What about you?
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Really?
Yeah, mainly because I just loved Cam more, so I felt like I couldn't put it above Cam.
Well, you could still give it a 5 out of 5. I think if you put Cam at 5 out of 5 and then, teeter-totter
just bump it up. It's a very good movie.
It is.
I've heavily enjoyed it.
Yeah. With that being said, I would like to close us off with some tips about internet safety. Obviously, do not do seances.
Don't do seances. Don't talk to strangers. If you get weird friend requests from people, if you don't know them, probably don't accept them. Especially if they don't have any friends.
Stop. Okay, seriously. On a serious note, be aware of cyberbullying and, one of those things. If you see something, say something, check up on, your friends. I know we've talked about little, trigger warnings on suicide and stuff like that. So I think it's always just good to be mindful of what you're doing on the internet and what you're doing in general to your friends, maybe even to your family, to people you don't know. And then an obvious, internet safety that I feel like a lot of people should have common sense on is, don't give out your information to people, with Cam and stuff like that. She didn't really do that, but, being protective of your passwords and all that other stuff. So, do you got anything you want to add?
That kind of covers it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like just be mindful. Don't give out any information.
Don't give out any information. Don't add people that you don't know.
Don't click on links that
Definitely do not click on links.
Phishing.
There's been a lot of scam, like, texts and emails going around again lately. Don't click on them.
Yeah, just definitely be careful. Internet, I feel like, especially now in today's society, it's a very dangerous place to be.
And they're getting craftier.
Yep, every day, especially with AI. So be careful. Watch your horror movies. And don't do seances.
Definitely don't do the seances.
Especially if you're going to joke about them.
Especially.
All right. I think that's a wrap.
It is.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Midnight creeps and shadows fall, whispered secrets through the walls. Ghostly figures start to sway. Tune in now, don't be afraid. Terrifying talks tonight. Chill your bones till morning light. Spooky tales to make you jump. Heart beats fast with every thump. Haunted houses whisper doom. Voices calling from the gloom. Monsters hiding deep within. Let the shivers now begin. Terrifying talks tonight. Chill your bones till morning light. Spooky tales to make you jump. Heart beats fast with every thump. Underneath your bed they crawl, scratching noises, hear them all. Ghouls and goblins hear their plea. Listening in, you'll never flee. Terrifying talks tonight. Chill your bones till morning light. Spooky tales to make you jump. Heart beats fast with every thump. Midnight creeps and shadows fall, whisper